Hello everybody, welcome to my new Sunday market breakdown. So we started the DXY as usually, US dollar currency index of the Forex market. So what can we see? Still on a daily, we are still between this higher low wick here and this higher high. So we are still bullish. We are still making here this bullish M, and we are between this shoulder one here, selling zone, and between these lows, false breaks here of that higher low wick. So this is the price is just in a consolidation zone between these lows and between these highs here. So if we can break out of it like this and act like support, then it would be a high chance that we can go to the upside. But I can already see that we have tapped again this weekly supply and demand zone that previous week. So that's very nice that the bulls are still present impulsively, because you can see the difference between this impulse and this more correction. Then you have again impulse and potentially again correction, and then potentially impulse. So that's what I can see. We don't know, but if we have some correction, then it will be more likely to go to the upside. So if I go to the weekly, what can you see on the weekly? Again, this major supply and demand zone acting as resistance, support, resistance wicks, very nice wicks. And then you have here again wicks. What I was seeing here is we are between these highs, like on the daily, and these lows. And you can see this was a smaller, higher low, higher high here. And we had here a weak low, and we tapped it just below that. So we took some new liquidity for more upside momentum. So the market went a little bit lower, closed impulsively to the upside again. So that means that the buyers are present there, that they want to push the market more to the upside. So that's what I can see. So we will go over the pairs that I'm looking at. So first, Euro USD. That's a pair that I'm still in, but I'm looking for the scale in. So I will go to the daily. So what can you see on the daily? We have a pattern within a pattern. You have here your first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, potential fifth leg to the daily TP. And you have also the smaller one here, your first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, going back to the daily lows, buyers kicking in from here, rejection of that zone, as you can see with a nice candle close here, and with the blue one also. So there is finding some clear support. As you can see here, this was resistance, support, buyers, resistance, support, buyers, support, buyers. So it's a nice daily supply demand zone there, holding the price very nicely up. So we have a pattern within a pattern. We can go to the weekly. What can you see on the weekly? You can see on the weekly we are still bullish. So we had here our first leg, second leg. This is the third leg because these wicks go over into each other. So this is the last impulse leg. Fourth leg going back to the weekly lows. We just made a small, I need to say that, small false break here. We made false break here of this weekly higher low here, and then this is potentially giving us some shoulder one here, head, shoulder two, false break here. So the buyers can kick in from that point till that daily TP. So what we can also see, the trend is bullish. We have that for us, candle close is against us because it's more negative than bullish for me. The wicks came all the way back from here till here. It closed negative. So for me, it's a bearish candle close against us. The fib, I count it with us. If you take this fib from this low till this high, and the false break, you don't count it, then it is for us. And also if you take it from this low till this high, then we tapped the 61.80, 17.60 of that inverse and shoulders. And then yeah, the supply and demand zone is bullish. We have here our bullish market where the price is having very nice bullish orders in it. So, and here also support, and here's some small resistance. And if you look further back here, a lot of clear support regions, buyers, seeing really nice buyers in it. So it's a very nice buying zone. And if you look also on the monthly, you can see, yeah, on the monthly, it's very clear buyers, impulse buyers, and potentially again buyers with that shoulder one here, head, shoulder two within that natural M. same highs, we expect same lows, bam, we can go to the upside because we are at that major buying zone of that weekly and monthly. So very nice aligning. So the daily was clear. I can go to the 4-hour. What can you see? On the 4-hour, we were in this trade, this diesel trade, which is now on break even because we were running 1% over 1%. And what can you see? You have now your first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg. You have your bullish M under a previous lower high because this is your lower high region here. This was the impulse. This is one leg for me because the wicks here go over into each other. So this is one impulse. So then we have that bullish M under the previous lower high. We want to trade here that higher lower. So when I was analyzing the market, this 61.80 wasn't touching my higher low, but for me, I consider it now as, yeah, we can take it because it's so small, and yeah, we tapped it here with some wicks. So, and as you draw your line further, like this here, a bit further, yeah, you can see there was 1 point, some small buying zone here, and here resistance, resistance. So yeah, it's for me a nice zone like this: resistance, resistance, resistance weak, resistance weak, support weak potentially. For me, I count it as a support weak, and then here again support. So we can go to the upside again from that point. So that's very nice to see. The only thing that we need to be careful for is this region here. This region that was potentially here, your shoulder 1 here, head, and then your shoulder 2, because this is the high and then this is the low also. So this is a substructure in it. So that's why we need to be careful for that one. So if you look on the daily, what can we see there? Yeah, I don't think that's really a clear pattern. So only on the 4-hour, we have that head and shoulders a little bit against you, but this pattern can also play out the bullish M. So this is where I can set my limit when the market will open, when the spreads are lower. So we will see what will happen. Then the first one, AUDCHF. On the daily chart, what can we see on the daily chart? We have a bearish W. We have your first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg. We are coming within that fourth leg correctively back with a fib completion. If you take your fib from this low till this high, you have a -27 fib completion aligning. So that's very nice. So that's very nice to see. So that fifth leg can play out very nicely. And what we can see, I just drew my daily zone at this highs because this was a zone we now tapped, and we can see this is a clear resistance zone, resistance, resistance. And if we look further back, we need to go all the way back, and then we have here some support wick on the daily. If you look more closer, you have here some support wick going to the upside. So yeah, so we have a small supply and demand zone there, but it's a major selling zone for me on a daily. So I will go to the weekly now. What can we see on the weekly? The major trend of that weekly is bearish. We have here a high, we have here a low, high, lower low. We have that bearish W. Then we tap the previous structure support that became resistance here. So that's nice that this align, and we went to the downside till the weekly same lows. So potentially in a bearish market with weekly same lows, we can go to the weekly same highs to tap this previous structure zone here again. So this potentially setup that can play out, but we can also see we are bearish. The candle close is against us. We have a bullish candle close, so this is against us, but we have here a small shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2 that can play out, which is already acting as resistance. So I put it here a blue line, and we can see we have also here some clear support region. So that can become resistance here, which it did here, and which it did here. So we have a supply and demand zone. So we have our supply and demand zone. The fib level just didn't got tapped. I count it as a fib touch because the leg is already in play, so it can play out. So that's very nice to see. So we have a 3 out of 4, only the candle close without us. Then I will go, the daily was clear, then the 4-hour, and on the 4-hour we tapped our daily zone of interest, and what can we see? We have already our first candle, second candle, third candle, red candle, which is a must, so we can trade the diesel, so we can set our limit on this trade when the market will open, when the spreads are again lower, then we can take it, price comes to this zone, limit got active, and then we can go to the downside, and this is your major buying zone here. This is an important zone here where the price can potentially reverse from support here. So yeah, and then these impulses. So this is also aligning with my 2.5% take profit zone. So there I will take fully partials out. So that's very nice to see. Then you have also GBPAUD. This is actually the same, but I will prefer AUDCHF before that, because these are the same pairs, AUDCHF, GBPAUD. So yeah, you need to see which one you will choose, but you can see on a daily, you can see here that bullish M, within that same highs, same lows. You have here your pattern within a pattern, so very nice to see. You have also here your shoulder 1 here sitting, head, shoulder 2, but I was explaining this, that this shoulder 1 came back till this lows, so this actually just a bullish M for me, same high, same low, so we have a pattern within a pattern. We have here our daily lows that got tapped. We have here a clear buying zone on the daily, supply and demand zone, acting as resistance, support, 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 resistance, support, support. So it's a very nice supply and demand zone, really clear one. So I went to the weekly, and on the weekly, what can we see? We have a 3 out of 4. We have our trend with us. You have here your low, high, low, higher, high, because these weeks go over into each other. So for me, this is one impulse. You can see this high, low as substructure here. This one, this bullish M substructure. So this is my bullish trend. So we have a trend with us, candle close against us here. This is really bearish. So yeah, this is for me against us. FIP is just from this low till this high. So this is within the FIP levels, as you can see, between the 61.80 and the 78.60. And you have also supply and demand zone here, your buying zone acting as support, resistance, support. So we can go to the upside, 3 out of 4 till this IC here that can stop the price. This is the first region that can stop our price. So then I went till daily. Daily was clear, 4-hour. And a 4-hour we can potentially have a diesel with a candle close between that. So we can have another one closing and then it needs to come back. So we have 2 candles that can close between this zone. And then it needs to come back to the downside to tap the diesel box. We're going to the upside, placing my entry 1 pip above this diesel, and my stop loss will be 10 pips below this wicks. Then it will be around 35 pips till the daily TP. It would be around 8.1%, but I would take some partials out, fully partials out at 2.5% region. Around here, it would be 2.5% for our TP. Then the last one, USDZAR. So if I go to the daily, what I can see on USDZAR, but actually I don't like to trade exotic pairs, but we can see we have multiple patterns within patterns. So what can we see? We have here our first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg. So we have a major bullish M here sitting. This is the first one. Then within that, we have here a first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, fake out leg, because we didn't close below this wicks. So this is a daily fake out zone. So yes. Then within that, we have another pattern, shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2 with resistance in the head. We have a clear buying zone here. As you can see, a lot of buyers got triggered here, went to the upside, 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 again upside potentially. So you have here also here buyers, resistance, resistance. So it's a very clear supply and demand zone there. So it proved itself a lot of times, and it's a really strong zone. So for me, yeah, we can take the trade, but I will take it with 0.5% because I don't normally like to trade these pairs. So then on the weekly, what can we see? The weekly is also looking nicely because we are still trading to the upside. For me, this is your weekly low, high, low, higher high. So this is the major bullish M. What we can see, this also is our substructure bullish M. And this is just a false break of that part. And then we went back to the upside. We didn't complete the shoulder 1, head shoulder 2, but we are now making this impulse. Then here a correction with the trend. Here is bullish M sitting. So you have here your first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, same highs here, same lows. That's why we went back, and then the buyers can kick in from that zone. We have here that buying zone. So we have 3 out of 4. Only the candle close is against us. The trend is with us. The FIB levels are with us from this low here to this high. You can have a weekly FIB completion, or you can also do this one, the major one, because this is a false break, or the bigger one. You have multiple weekly FIBs that you can do. So yeah, and then the supply and demand zone here. So then I went back to the daily. Daily was looking good for us. Then on the 4 hour, what can we see on the 4 hour? Because we have multiple patterns within patterns, you can see we touched our daily zone from that daily low buying zone here with the weekly horizontal line buyers. You can see the buyers kicking in when we touch this zone upside. So we can see we have the first candle, second candle, third candle. We can set our limit for that fourth candle here, and we need to round our pips off, of course. Then it would be 18.1, 18.82 would be nice. Yeah, around this. So it would be a nice region for around 4.5% to the daily TP. And if I would take some partials out, it would be around 2.5%, which would be aligning here with this selling zone here, where sellers are kicking in from, like this. So this would be aligning there for our TP here. So this could be a nice trade. So yeah, this is my trading week for the upcoming week. So I hope you liked it, and see you next week. Bye guys.